President Biden's nominee for the Federal Reserve Board is getting slammed with racist and sexist attacks. Dr. Lisa Cook is an experienced economist who teaches economics and international relations at Michigan State University. She also held several positions at Harvard University. Cook was a senior advisor of finance and development at the U.S. Treasury Department. She served as a senior economist in the Obama administration. If confirmed by the United States Senate, she would be the first black woman ever on the Federal Reserve Board. Opponents of her nomination claim she is underqualified, too radical, and lacks experience, and is selected due to her race. Dr. Malvo, sound quite familiar. You are an economist. That resume is...
Hey, Lisa Cook rocks. I know her.
Really? She ain't got credentials? Come on.
And if she's radical, I'm off the planet. This sister, literally about as moderate as they come. She's good. She knows what she's talking about. This is so effing disgusting, Roland. So disgusting. Her work, you can look up her papers. You know, there's never been a black woman on the Fed because black women economists have always been peripheralized. Sadie Tanner Moselle Alexander, first black woman to get a PhD in economics, which she got from the University of Pennsylvania, was never able to teach economics at any of our mainstream universities, not even, frankly, at Howard University, because my brothers, I love them, but their patriarchy kind of has some issues. There's something, my mentor, Dr. Phyllis Ann Wallace, was the first black woman to serve as a researcher at the EEOC, and she had to jump through hoops to do that. She was the first black woman to get a PhD in economics from Yale University. We have a history of black women achievement in the economics profession, and Lisa is great. The sister rocks. She's so good. So these little stupid, that means I was not using profanity on your show, Roland. I know y'all talk about me, but these stupid idiots who are attacking her because of, as you said, white fear. This woman is going to bring a different perspective to the Fed. 20 years ago, I wrote a piece saying, put a nurse on the Fed. Why? The Federal Reserve Act does not say the person has to be a PhD economist. It does, and half of them, Jerome Powell didn't have a degree in economics. So many of them don't have degrees in economics. But what they have is what the people think of as sense. She has more sense than all 7 of them suckers combined. And she will do a stellar job. But you know, when you start opening the door to black women, what you're doing is saying that others too can come through. Latinas, American Indian folk. When you open it to us, you're saying that there's room for others. And these white men in their putrid patriarchy are afraid that a qualified black woman might call them on their nonsense. Again, forgive me, I'm emotional today, because when I saw that, yesterday was somebody who wrote something in one of those little right-wing wags about her, talking about affirmative action. Hell yes, she's an affirmative action select if it means that all y'all white boys were for affirmative action selects. I got my PhD in economics from MIT, and yes, it was affirmative action, because they did not there were 2 of us in my class, and we're the first 2 to be admitted to MIT's econ department. Lisa's about a decade younger. Brilliant woman. Come on, y'all. I mean, white people are crazy. They're just MF crazy. And it makes me so angry to see qualified black women being sidelined because white boys don't have no sense.
Well, I love it how Congo, they love to attack black professionals because, you didn't go to the right school. Then when you went to the right school, you got into those schools because you were black. No, I got it here because I can do it. And then when you excel, then as you go through all of that. See, this is why Clarence Thomas is full of shit. This is why he is absolutely trash. See, because Clarence Thomas hates affirmative action, not realizing that it's a whole bunch of white folks walking around campuses who are only there because mama and daddy went there, because mama and daddy cut a check. Let's just be clear. Jared Kushner ain't smart. His daddy bought his way into Harvard. Donald Trump ain't smart. He's dumb. His own sister admitted he dumb. His daddy bought him into Wharton. So can we please just stop playing these silly little games? You know, and here's my, and so there was a poll that was done, and I commented over the weekend, and it dealt with the Supreme Court position. ABC News did a poll, and it was something like, 76% of Americans don't want race to be a factor in choosing a Supreme Court nominee. And my response was, I really don't care. I really don't care what y'all think. And I said, also, get the hell over it. I mean, here's what I'm not going to do. I am not interested in making these type of white people comfortable. I'm not even about to, we ain't even gonna engage in a resume conversation.
Yep.
We're not even going to go down that path because I worked at CNN for 6 years. It was a whole bunch of white boys there who had no business with some of those jobs. And black folks could not walk through the door at all. And so I'm just not interested in playing that game. And so I'm not trying to convince them. I'm not trying to make them feel good. I'm not trying to present a litany of people who can vouch for them. I'm just going to be like, you know what? Y'all just kiss my ass.
I hear you, man. And the policy for us has to be to do not engage on so many levels. This country has had affirmative action since its inception for white people. It's called the complexion of connection. When you have people who can come over here from Europe and already be guaranteed a plot of land, the list goes on and on and on. They've been doing it historically. And so when we come in with the qualifications that we have, like a Dr. Cook, and let's be clear, we know that there are incredible black women with doctorates and degrees in economics. But we know throughout history, black women have been taking care of economics in our hood with no D behind their name because they're just that good at what they do in terms of taking care of the community and the family. And so when we have this woman, Dr. Cook, with this impeccable resume, when we have whoever is going to be the next Supreme Court Justice nominee, we already know that the resumes are going to be impeccable because that's what black women do. They don't come half-hearted with this type of stuff when it comes to these types of positions and professions. So you're right, Roland. We have to just not engage. Look at the qualifications, call it a day. Every time I get into an argument, arguments only last about maybe 2 or 3 tweets on Twitter because I realize the intellect is lacking with some of these people. The first thing that they want to do is say, oh, how did you get your doctorate? Oh, your doctor? Oh, this, so on and so forth. This is all they know how to do is be haters. And when they say radical, etc., black is synonymous with radical. That's all they see. I heard Ted Cruz talking on an interview saying, why do we need to have a black woman on the Supreme Court? Black women are only, 6% of the population? Seriously? We can make the fundamental argument that this country has been built on the body of the black woman in so many ways, shape, or form. And you don't want to recognize that? Over 150 Supreme Court justices and none of them have been a black woman? This is ridiculous, but we just have to stand up, stand proud, back our sisters when they get in these positions, back our brothers when they get in these positions, and once they're in there, just watch them shine and do their thing and keep propping them up. Because some of these guys who got issues with this black woman have no issues when President Reagan said he was going to nominate Sandra Day O'Connor to have a woman on the Supreme Court. Some of these guys are like, oh, my daughters are going to have people, someone they can look up to. The same thing with our sisters. So whoever the justice nominee is going to be, Dr. Cook, do your thing. We got your back as well. You're the bomb. And again, we don't got time to engage. Let's spend more time building up than trying to build down with all of these other haters out there.
The thing that I found to be interesting, Jeff, is I'm looking up something right now that, you listen to these people, that point you made about Ted Cruz, when they love throwing up percentages. You know what? I was reading Will Haygood's book over the weekend, Showdown, about Thurgood Marshall. And when Justice Louis Brandeis, the first Jewish Supreme Court justice, was nominated, how it was very contentious. It really wasn't until the 50s where they actually were forced to appear before Congress. And so, but it was very contentious. So if that's Ted Cruz's argument, okay, explain to me why Jewish Americans represent almost 2.5% of the American population, but there have been 8 Jewish Supreme Court justices. See, that's the stupidity of a Ted Cruz, Jeff. It has nothing to do. So, they're only this. Oh, so that's what now we're into. So there have been 108 out of 115 white males. So we're now actually into that, huh? See, that's the game they want to play, and that's why you have to say, I don't really give a damn what y'all think.
Yep. Oh, sure.
I don't.
Surely. I think in general we have to start acting with that mindset. We have to stop paying attention to how they feel about us. We live in this white supremacist, oppressive structure, a systemic structure, of course. Of course, we navigate through it. Of course, we conquer all. Of course, we still find our way to be successful no matter what they do. We still find a way to align ourselves with our purpose and still succeed in spite of all of this. But at the top of this pyramid, this white male ideal that really lies to America and tries to convince us that we exist in a meritocracy. Any one of us who's been in any professional situation, we knew pretty quickly after we got out of school and even going through school that we do not live in a meritocracy. We are working hard with degrees. We are working hard with